Thank you, Ellie and Morgan, for that beautiful introduction and for all you've done for our class over the last couple of years in SGA. I'd also like to congratulate our honorands on celebrating this day with us. Congratulations on your honorary degrees here at Colby. And I'd also like to extend another congratulations to not only a colleague of mine, but my friend Rashana for the Condon Medal, which she will receive during this ceremony. And with that, good morning, friends, family, faculty, and members of the Colby community. Thank you for joining us today in celebrating the class of 2022. Who would have thought that the little girl from New York who used to give pretend speeches to her parents and her stuffed animals would be up here all these years later? To my wonderful class, words cannot describe how humbling it is to have been chosen as your speaker. Today is a day to reflect on these past 4 years in anticipation for the next chapter in our lives. Today is a day to recognize your achievements and be proud of your perseverance these last 4 years. As a class, we've seen the world change right before our eyes. We have seen the effects reach Mayflower Hill, which acts as a microcosm to the world around us. We have seen the climate collapse before our very eyes into what is now called the greatest threat to global health in the 21st century. We have seen racism, sexism, ableism, classism, and bigotry persist during a global pandemic. We watched people, young and old, come together and fight for our dying planet. We watched millions of voices come together alongside a social media surge of the Black Lives Matter movement following the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. We watched our country split in half during the 2020 election. We watched gun violence multiply in cities around the country. We saw people storm the Capitol in a whirlwind of hatred and anger. At present, we now fight to protect our reproductive rights. In our last 4 years here, history has unfolded before our very eyes. During our time at Colby, every single one of you has accomplished so many different things in academics, athletics, and civic engagement. But your biggest challenge awaits you, finding yourself and using your gifts to change the world. No pressure. In all seriousness, finding your place in this world is not easy. There is no magical aha moment where you find total clarity regarding your place here. It takes time to accept yourself, accept what you're meant to do, and embrace life for what it is. This lesson is something I learned during my time here at Colby. How fortunate I am to have received an education that taught me so much about myself and the world around me. I would be lying, though, if I said it was a flawless transition. My arrival to Colby was a tumultuous one, to say the least. Immediately, I felt that I was not meant to be here. I was failing classes, struggled to find a social balance, and was convinced that my acceptance to Colby was a mistake, an anomaly in the admissions drawing room. I became a regular in the Dean of Studies office, following a grueling first semester of academic warnings and late nights in Miller Library. The imposter syndrome I felt was not a new feeling. In my hometown, my parents were one of the first interethnic couples to settle in the neighborhood, and there was always a clear difference in socioeconomic status. While there was this difference in my small community, it seemed overwhelming at Colby. I felt that everybody could see right through me. My existence at Colby felt like a self-portrait, a working-class Latinx woman at a 209-year-old elite academic institution. There are so many others that felt and still feel the same way that I do. Colby is a complex institution that has changed so much over the last few decades. This is thanks to the students and faculty that continue to advocate for a more inclusive school. Many of these leaders are sitting on stage and in the audience, and they continue to inspire me every single day. I have been lucky to have had such amazing role models in my life. The one role model that has continued to inspire me to be a better person is my mother, Jency Flores McClintock. She is here today, and she is the reason I'm standing on this stage. She is the reason that I reach for the stars. To my mother, I dedicate not only this diploma, but my life to you. My mother's story is an amazing one that continues to astound me all these years later. She came to this country by herself at the age of 6 from Costa Rica. She came here without any advocates to obtain health care, navigate the education system, and adjust to a new life. Against all odds, she put herself through both high school and college. She became a reproductive rights educator and advocate for underrepresented women on Long Island. As far back as I remember, she has pushed for social justice and uplifted voices that are not always heard. My mother is the most hardworking, kind, and generous person on this earth. Mom, my biggest goal in life is to be half the person you are. I doubt I will ever fully get there, but I will spend my entire life striving to get close. My mother's experience is not only a reminder of the inequalities that exist in this world, but it is a reminder that there is a brighter and better future ahead. Yet in order to come close to this future, we must address what is going on around us. There are so many people around the world that have had their human rights stripped from them. There are leaders abusing their power and utilizing resources for evil. There are communities around the world that do not have access to equitable public health. How can we, the class of 2022, even begin to address these issues? The answer is within each and every single one of you. You may not know it yet, but the drive inside you is the answer to how you can lift up voices that are often silenced, the voices that are muffled by the roar of hegemony. Be angry, be ambitious, be curious, and be ready to stand up for what is right. Disrupt and challenge systems. Be bold. You will all go on to do amazing things, but it is up to you and you alone to step outside of your comfort zone. Be aware of those around you that do not have the tools to maintain the basic needs of life, as well as those around us who are alone and feel invisible. As graduates of Colby College, we have been given the tools to understand that these inequities exist, which is more than half the battle towards change. The curiosity and ingenuity we leverage against that can move mountains. Class of 2022, with these ideas in mind, I implore you to take care of yourselves above all. Do what makes you happy and know what you deserve. There will be people in your life who uplift you, stand by you, and have your best interests at heart. There will also be people who relish in your hardships and wait for you to fail. Do not pay heed and do not think for a second that you deserve less. Surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with people who accept and respect you. With that, there are a few people I want to thank. People who have surrounded me with unconditional love and support. To my father, Thomas, who taught me the importance of being patient, striving for excellence, and always putting 110% into everything I do. Dad, you may be the only person harder on yourself than me. You get to be proud of me every day, so let today be the day where I share how proud I am of you. Thank you for supporting our family and being a light in my life. To my wonderful little brothers, Aaron and Everett, you are both not so little anymore. That's not super hard next to me, but it's important to acknowledge how these two have grown. You are both giving, empathetic, and too smart for your own good. Aaron, your community-oriented spirit inspires me every day, and it gives me hope that your generation will pick up where mine leaves off. Everett, our certified genius, your gentle soul is a rarity, and your unwavering ability of standing up for what is right puts me at ease for the next chapters in your life. I cannot wait to watch you two rule the world. To my wonderful abuela Carmen, who is here today, thank you for beginning and upholding what is a strong, long legacy of Latinx women. I'm always thankful to come home to the limes around my house that soak up all the bad energy. To my grandma Ann, who could not be here in person, and I know you're watching, you are the glue of our family. I love you so much, and I'm in awe of the strength you hold. To my friends at Colby, who embody the phrase, mi casa es tu casa, thank you for making me an honorary roommate. My best friends I have to shout out in FOSS 207, Shalini, Piper, and Sierra. In downtown apartment 519, Emily, Ashley, Dora, Brooklyn, Billy, and Max. I love you all dearly. And my 4 years at Colby would not have been the same. To the Colby faculty and staff, thank you for all you do to keep us healthy, safe, and happy on campus through everything you do. In terms of a few faculty members I want to thank personally, first, all the mentors and coordinators for the CAPS program. A proud member of the CAPS 9 class, I started my Colby journey with an amazing group of people in the summer of 2018, and have grown immensely because of my experience. I also want to extend a million thank yous to Professors Jay Sabara and Nadia El-Shawari for lighting the spark of my passion for equitable health. Without either of you, I would not be embarking on my Watson Fellowship year this upcoming August, where I'll be face-to-face with the inequities of child refugee healthcare in 7 countries. To all my past class deans, thank you for never giving up on me. You all had more confidence in me than I ever did. Your reminder that grades do not define who you are is something that I carried through Colby, despite my struggles to accommodate the academic rigor. Class of 2022, in 10 years, you probably won't remember me or most of this speech, but I will ask you to take away one important lesson. Who we are in this world is defined by our actions. You choose where you belong and the legacy you leave behind. Make it a good one. Congratulations on reaching this milestone, my friends. Be proud, stay humble, and remember how far you've come. Do not worry about the impending unknown. Embrace every single twist and turn. We are the future, class of 2022. You have everything you need to continue on this journey. I now send you off into the world to make your mark. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.